Welcome back. In the last video, we learned all about tensor aggregation, and we found the min, the max, the mean, and the sum, and we also ran into one of the most common issues in PyTorch and deep learning and neural networks in general, and that was wrong data types. And so we solved that issue by converting, because some functions, such as torch.mean, require a specific type of data type as input. And we created our tensor here, which was of, by default, torch int64. However, torch.mean requires torch.float32. We saw that in an error. We fixed that by changing the type of the inputs. I also issued you the challenge of finding the positional min and max. And you might have found that you can use the argmin for the minimum. Let's remind ourselves of what x is. X. So this means at tensor index of tensor x, if we find the argument that is the minimum value, which is 0, so at index 0, we get the value 0. So that's at 0 there, 0 there. This is an index value. So this is what argmin stands for. Find the position in tensor that has the minimum value with argmin. And then returns index position of target tensor where the minimum value occurs. Now let's just change x to start from 1, just so, there we go. So the argmin is still position 0, so this is an index value, and then if we index on x at the 0th index, we get 1. So the minimum value in x is 1, and then the maximum, you might guess, is find the position in tensor that has the maximum value with argmax. And it's going to be the same thing, except it'll be the maximum, which is which position? Index 9. So if we go 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then if we index on x for the 9th element, we get 91. Beautiful. Now, these two are useful for if, yes, you wanted to find the minimum of a tensor, you can just use min, but if sometimes you don't want the actual minimum value, you just want to know where it appears. Particularly with the argmax value, this is helpful for when we use the softmax activation function later on. Now, we haven't covered that yet, so I'm not going to allude too much to it, but just remember, to find the positional min and max, you can use argmin and argmax. So that's all we need to cover with that. Let's keep going in the next video. I'll see you then.